Well, good day everybody. Steve from Unduck's 4-Wheel Drive Touring. Today I'm going to do a review on my 30-second wing awning. That's the one that's been up here on the car. It's been fitted to the Land Cruiser since 2017. I bought it myself, no affiliation with the company. So I've had it for, about 4 years now. So I thought it might be time to tell you what I think of it and give you another look. From our rugged north to the beautiful south to the centre, east, west, doesn't matter where, for 4-wheel drive tips and tricks and travel and information, you've come to the right place. Come for a ride with us, Mud Ducks 4-wheel drive touring. So we'll go for a walk around it and tell you what I think. But to start off with, while I've got the camera in this position, I'll open it up and give you a look at how easy it is. So hopefully the footage is okay for you with my back turned in and stuff. Sorry guys, I'm filming on my own. Low budget production here, as Ryan Ingleton would say. Okay, here we go. So the 30-second wing awning is self-supporting. There's not a lot goes on with it. So you undo the front, undo the zip. As you can hear, the zip runs nicely. Now, the only thing I've done to that zipper in the time I've had it is I spray it with silicone spray, just to keep it in decent nick. Now, you don't have to fold this bag over, but I find it makes it easier. Now, what I've been doing for the last few years, seeing how I've been running it for a while now, is I carry some poles up in here. Now, as we know, the 30-second wing awning doesn't need poles to hold it up, but I found it's useful to tie it down overnight if there's a bit windy, or definitely if it's windy, otherwise it doesn't need it. So another thing I've done is I've run the strap that you use to tie it onto the other side of the car, just up through here. Now, I don't know if that makes it any quicker or not, but it just seems to be a bit tighter to me. So I just run that through there, undo this last one, the whole thing scrolls out, and then you just walk around it. Now, you're not going to see what I'm doing around here. I might cut some B-roll in for this part of it, so that you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, it just attaches to the roof rack. You pull it tight, throw your strap away, and that is nearly it. Now, when I say nearly it, that would do. It gives you shade, as you can see. But what it does have, I don't know if I'm tall enough to reach it today, is a little leg. But what I do, just because I don't like to drag the leg on things and I have these poles, is I push the canvas up with a pole and then put that little leg up. That is it. So I'll take you for a walk around it to show you what I meant. So as you can see, 270, it's got these nice extruded aluminium frames that hold it up and it just sits there on its own. And what I showed you before with the B-roll is around this side where, oops, sorry about that, where you pull it up and tie it onto the roof rack. And that is pretty well all that holds this thing. So as I said, if required, under normal conditions, you can put a leg out. So I'll give you a look at the single leg in just a moment. Right, so there's the single leg component now. Now this is all you need in a light breeze. It comes with just the one. It's just a twist lock arrangement, and you do that, and that's that. That's nice and solid. Won't go anywhere in a normal breeze. Now that's great. If it gets really windy, as I've said to you before, I put those other poles up and tie it down. I've probably got some footage of that elsewhere around, so I will show you the footage of that over the course of this clip. So that is it. And now I've had it for 4 years, so I'm going to take you for a walk around it now and show you the good, the bad, the ugly of it. There's not really too much bad of it, to be honest, guys. So I'll stop this camera here and I'll walk you around it and give you a look at that. Okay, so has anything happened to it in the time I've owned it? Well, as you can see, it's just got some marks just from age. Nothing really too bad. What I do think has happened with it is I think the canvas has stretched over a period of time and it's just a little bit sloppy. I'll demonstrate this with this spare tent pole here. In the rain, not that I camp with it in the rain much, but it pools. So I need to, sorry, I'll do that again for you. It pulls, so I need to push this up. Now that's not a huge deal, unless you've got a shortage of camp poles. But with that said, it's got a ring just here that you can't see from this side, that you can, well, I can't do it with a bloody pole. But you can tie it on and you can pull it down, and that will help drain the water off. So I haven't really done that, to be honest. Another one here, they're all in the middle. So if you tension them up, that'll help drain the water off it. So that is, you can see it more over this part too, where it's out over the tailgate. It sort of gets a bit saggy in there. But if I'm in rainy weather, I will put the other poles up, because as you can see, it's not supported out of this side at all. And I will do this. Now, that all in itself, not a huge deal under normal circumstances, but if you're camping overnight, I'd suggest you don't want it to do that. And the reason this one flexes so much is it's not the bloody awning, it's the rack. It's an aluminium rhino rack, and the rack itself bends. Anyway, I digress. So that's the canvas. The only other part I've had to fix up at any stage is some of these bolts on the hinges here have come undone on me. Now that's not a huge problem. Where they go, they wind up in the bag as it's zipped up. So I fixed it. So all I've done since then is basically put some Loctite on there, and they've stayed intact ever since. Never been an issue again. So that is pretty well it. And what I'll do is I'll set up the poles. I'm not going to tie it down because it's not a windy day, but I'll set up the poles and give you a look at what that looks like. Right, the poles are set up. Now what I do, I didn't buy the genuine ones that you can buy for it. I've just used ordinary tent poles. And they just spig it up through there, perfectly fine, and hold it there. So that's just an ordinary everyday pole that everybody's got heaps of. This is the factory one. Now what the factory one does is it swings up on that little nylon bit there. Now the awning comes, I'll show you back at this pole, with two more of these fittings. So you can buy the poles, so you can see that, yeah, buy the poles and put them in, and then they can stay stored, and I probably will. But to be honest, the guys, the poles are a little bit expensive. There's the third one there. Now, funnily enough, out here on the end, it hasn't got one of those nylon things at all. But it's got a provision for one right there. So you can put one there. But anyway, now what happens with this? So now that it's tied down like this, or not so much tied, but just supported, and you can imagine if it's tied as well, now the awning is solid. It don't move at all. I'll just go into this one. It doesn't move whatsoever. So once the poles are tied down, as you would, then it's not going anywhere. So you're pretty safe. Now, it does have optional sidewalls. I haven't bought them yet, but they zip on. There's a zip runs the full length of this. You can zip them on, and that would give you a nice diagonal wall. I'll see if I can find any pictures of that on the internet, guys, and I'll pop them in for you. And it will give you somewhere to put your swag underneath. Now, for 200 series owners, you're all thinking, you got a wing on the tailgate. Yep. When I open the tailgate, I'll give you a look. That bar is above it. Now, yes, when it's loose, it may come a bit closer. You can also pull it around a little bit further if you really want to. Mount the awning a little bit further forward on your roof rack. That would also do that. But I've never had a problem with it ever hitting the tailgate in any way. So that has always been fine. Oh, I've got to tell you guys, check out my stickers. They're growing. I've got my own. They'll be available, an upgraded version soon, hopefully, for other people to buy. Grant from Falling Willie in New South Wales. He's a cool guy. Check out his channel. That's just national parks here. Shad Donahue. Now, he's one of the best YouTubers you'll meet, and a really nice guy. Tyler Thompson probably needs no introduction, but if you haven't seen him, check his stuff out, really good. Paul from Perth 4x4 Adventures. He did a shout out about me on his channel a while ago, and I've got to be honest, I haven't done as much of a shout out for him, but I've got to tell you, if you want to see some good Perth 4 driving, check that channel out. That's worth it. Perth 4x4 Adventures. Look it up and you won't be sorry. Respect the Bush, Mr. Buckaroony. Probably everybody knows Buck. And then from here I just put a few stickers on. Now, the reason I can get away with these stickers on the 200 is because I haven't got a table or a corner piece here, so I made this table. But we're digressing. Oh, just a couple more. Unpro Adventures, another great channel. And there's some new guys here. MPF Adventures, they only just started, so I haven't seen any of their clips yet, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Anyway, I made this table that folds down and creates the table space you've seen before. And that gives me somewhere to put my stickers. Bit childish, guys, probably, but anyway, I like it. If you have not seen any of those channels, give them a look. They're worth it. Anyhow, back to this. So as you can see, the awning is up and functioning and doing its thing, and I can't ask much more of it. What I will do is pack it up again shortly, and I guess I can show you that process, but it's the reverse of this, but I will show you what I've got to do with that. And then I'll get up the back and show you how I've mounted it and if there's any concerns with that. So we'll get to that right now. Now, I've removed the other 3 poles. I didn't show you that because, you know, they're tent poles, guys. I'm pretty sure you know how to drop a tent pole. Took maybe a minute, but I'll show you, if a minute. If you had ropes on it, it might take you that long. I'll show you, or I'll attempt to show you one-handed how the factory pole works. So I may or may not be able to show you this one-handed. Here we go. Camera between my knees. You twist this one, that loosens it off. Yeah, you're probably not even seeing this, guys. That loosens it off. And then you just pivot it back up. And what I haven't done is twisted to tighten it. I have done now, probably out of the shot. Anyhow, there's a Velcro tab just here. It's very difficult to do this stuff one-handed, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry this footage isn't great. That Velcro tab holds that leg. Now, if you had the other genuine legs for it, they come with Velcro tabs that you pop rivet in to put them in these same positions on these rails here. But I wanted to show you that in case you choose to get the other legs. So the next phase of the packing up is dropping this leg down. Now you can just push it like this, which I will on this occasion. I don't normally. I'd normally push it up with one of the spare legs I've got, just because I really don't like dragging that across the material. And then you come around here to the roof rack and you loosen off this strap here. Now hopefully that sun's not killing you. Now, just loosen that off a little bit, unhook it from your rack, and then you basically just walk back with it. Get hold of your awning and walk it back to here. Now what I'll do is I'll stop the video here and put you back in a better position where you can watch this, because I can't possibly do this one-handed, guys. All right, so realistically now that I've moved your camera positions, the hardest part of the whole job, I kid you not, is to untuck these things. Get your 3 Velcro straps that tie it in, and they always get caught underneath the rails. Once you've got the rails done like that, then it's just a simple matter, maybe you can see this okay in the clip, guys, of bringing your main tarp body in like that, putting your first Velcro on, strapping it down, and that pretty well does it. Now the rest of it's a repeat of that. Now because I carry some other gear in there, I won't do the second part just yet. And with this bit, as I mentioned, I run it up through here, just clip it into there, pull it tight, and I tend to just drape it in amongst the canvas. Now also, I haven't got it in there at the moment, but I'll put it in there now. I carry a spare aerial from HF, which is the antenna I usually push the stuff up with. Anyhow, so what I do is I get me poles, my spare aerial, and I sort of just get them generally together, except when they aren't tightened up enough. Low budget production, guys, as I said. I'll loosen this one back off, get them in that position there, and then I'll give it a tighten. Now the hardest part of this, and you're not going to have to do this, guys, if you don't carry this kind of stuff, the hardest part of this is doing it one-handed. I'm actually making this look worse than it usually is. It's really not normally this much of a pain. Of course it's going to be a pain on the day I'm filming it for you. But anyway, I won't hide anything. This is the pain it is today. So this is the pain you see. Right, so they're done up. And the third one, now that those are being held, the third one's pretty straightforward. Now what you can do is you can re-tighten and do stuff just to make it better as you go. Like I could have made that tighter to start with. Then you've got to pull the flap back over. Now as you can see, this vehicle's lifted I'm 6 foot. A lot of this is a bit hard to reach. So if you're a bit shorter, then you're going to want some kind of step. Milk crate, step, stand on your side step of your car, wheels, whatever works for you. But as it happens, I've been able to reach it today just as the way I've parked. But quite often, I'll be on the step with the door open. Now this obviously is taking longer than you'd think, but it's mostly just while I show you all the ins and outs of it. As you can see, that zipper still runs very nicely. It's got 2 zips, so you could zip it in the middle, but I've always zipped it from the front, so the top zip's never actually done anything. Now that's pretty well it. So at this point, I'm going to stand on milk crate and show you what I've done at the top. So we'll go and have a look at that. So I happen to have a milk crate handy, and I get up on the back of the 200, and this is how I've mounted it. So I'm just trying to get that better for you guys. So there's your factory L bracket it comes with. Now just where I mounted it, I put 1 bolt into your rhino rack here. That's definitely going to be too loose. It doesn't make it across the second one, so I had to fabricate this bit of steel, run that between the 2 cross members, bolt that in, then I bolted that to there. So that was how I got the back one done. It doesn't seem like it'd be flexible, but it does move just a little bit. Anyway, I'll give you a look at the front one, because people have asked me how it's mounted. So hopefully I can show you this okay. Might not be that simple. In fact, it's probably not that simple. Anyway, there you go. So, same L bracket. And I've done, in this case, the cross member for the rhino rack was just there. So I've drilled through that and bolted it down underneath. I don't know how well you can see that, guys. I can't get the camera in any closer. Anyway, so between those two, that has held it quite solidly for 4 years. Isn't it convenient? I've got a milk crate in the middle of the bush. Anyway, that'll come home with me. So, I'm not sure there's much more I can tell you about the 30-second wing awning. I found it good. Now, I bought it for just under $1,000. I don't know what the retail level is of them now. I paid for it all out of my own money. I've been happy with it for the last 4 years, no problem at all. Literally those little things I told you earlier. So if you're considering a wing awning, then it's well worth it. I can't comment about the other ones. I've seen Fox wings, can't say I'm overly fussed, but I've seen them. A lot of others got legs that you have to put out, they're not self-supporting. I like the idea of it to be self-supporting because it takes you no time if you're doing a lunch break or whatever to set it up. Anyway, now weirdly enough, I'm going to set it up again because I'm going to sit down and have a drink. But hopefully this has given you an idea of the 30-second wing awning and perhaps it's made you look in that direction or the direction of one of the other brands. I hope you liked this video. If you did, throw a like on it, really appreciate it. It really helps YouTube put my video out for other people to watch. That's what the likes are about, guys, if you've ever wondered. Subscribe if you're new, that'd be great. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell, you'll know when a new clip comes up. And to the old hands, as always, thanks again for taking the time of your day to watch one of my clips. Keep up with us on social media and we will catch up with you guys just that little bit later on. All the best from Steve Kaz at Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring. Cheers for now. What I didn't show you before, guys, is the benefits of a freestanding awning. Now, as you can see, I've set it up, but because I put it on an angle that seemed to be best for you guys filming with the sun, this awning's not providing me any real shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the car. So that'll give you a better look as to the versatility of it. So I'm going to move you guys, and hopefully you'll get all this okay while I'm moving you. Apologies if this is not the world's greatest fun footage, guys, but anyhow, there you go. So the truck is just parked there, not getting much shade or benefit from the awning like this. But that's okay, because I'll just do this. So now you have to be careful because you've got a lot of shade and sail out, so you turn that down. So you really don't want to be moving it around too much willy-nilly, because otherwise you could run into things, you can't see it properly, anything can happen. Now I've got the truck itself on the more sunny side. Now, this is not the best position, guys, but I'm sure you'll get it. The truck's now, the body of the vehicle's in the sun, and the awning, didn't want that to happen. Low budget production, guys. Anyway, the awning is now over here putting some shade in. So as soon as I find where to stick this, just put it there for now. I'll see what you're seeing, because I don't know what you're seeing. Filming on my own today. All right, you can see it, but I'll move it. And now, as you can see, we've got some pretty decent shade just there. And what that means for me now, so as you can see, I'm under a nice shady bit, is I can open me tailgate back up again, and I can get a drink out of the fridge, and I can have a seat in the shade. So I don't know what else you'd want. Should be happy you can't see into this fridge, guys. It looks so funny. But anyhow, that's what we do here. So hopefully this is not too boring for you. Also, probably didn't pick the world's flattest area to set up in, but pretty sure you get it. Hope you're getting it. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to sit here and have a drink, and I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers. How's the Serenity?